Don't putt with your wedge. Don't be lazy, go and get your putter. Hello everyone and welcome back into the Blow Par YouTube channel with myself, Joe Stevens, here at the Berkshire Golf Club. Now today, this was not a planned video at all. In fact, I was on my way in from shooting another video. I have just played this hole and what I've done is I've short-sighted myself. So this is something I'd like to share a few tips with you guys about, because it happens more often than you might think. But while I've got your attention, please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and you do enjoy the content here. We've got plenty of plans and plenty of different tips coming up, podcasts, club reviews, etc. We've got big plans for the future. Hopefully you can jump on board with us if you'd like to. So guys, as you'll see, this is not the most ideal scenario to be in on the golf course. Look at how much room there was on the right hand side as I was playing this hole, from the middle of the fairway I may add, but I have just pulled it. So I want to take you through my thought process of this particular shot and drop the ball around in different scenarios had I missed it left in a very, very similar but different position. So let's have a look then. This particular shot, let's assess the lie. So actually we're lying okay, which means I can get a bit of loft on the back of this ball to send it high and stop it quickly. And that is the option that I'm going to go for. The reason I'm going to go for the high option today rather than the low option, which we're going to talk about later in the video, is because the lie is good, and also as we look at the green runs away from us. You'll see the slope in front of us here, and the other side of it runs quite severely down towards that flag. So in an ideal world we need to be nice and confident and pop a nice high shot on it. Made easier by the lie, I must add. So let's put you in position and talk you through how I hit this shot. So guys, as you'll see, I've got my 58-degree wedge here, and I need to be able to pop this ball straight up in the air, but not get too cute with it. The most important thing we realise here is actually as we look down at the hole, as we did before, the green does run away from us, but that does mean one really positive thing, is that we're going to have an uphill putt coming back, should we get this shot correct. So what I see a lot of people do is get scared in this scenario and get a little bit too cute, a little bit too soft with this shot. I'd encourage you to be as confident as possible. Let's set up to the shot and see how we get on. So the first thing I'd encourage you to think about is where we want this ball to land, which actually is on the green here, because that's going to have the most reliable bounce. We know that the ball is going to run away from us, but we've just got to accept that. We've taken our medicine back in the fairway, thinking, okay, this is very hard up and down, but the last thing we want to do is having to get up and down for a second time for a bogey. So we want to have that opportunity for a par. So I've identified I want to land this ball about 2 feet onto the green surface. By sending it nice and high and getting the right sort of strike, we're not going to be too far away from where we need to be. So I'm going to set up to the shot and I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see the shot that I hit. So the most important thing is that I'm engaging the bounce here. We don't want to be starting to dig this club into the floor. You'll have seen my chipping video beforehand. If you haven't, I'll leave a link on using the bounce effectively. Okay, so we're going to keep our hands nice and neutral. So the shaft's going to be pretty neutral. We're not going to be leaning forwards, we're not going to be leaning backwards trying to add loft to this shot. We've got plenty of loft on the club already. So we're going to be ever so slightly open to our target. We need a solid base, and we're going to be nice and neutral. All I'd like to think about here is maintaining loft on the golf club and connecting the butt of the club to my belt buckle and accelerating through the shot. Well, that couldn't have gone much better. So that was the absolutely sixpence landing that most golfers talk about. If I'd have hit it that little bit harder, we would have seen a little bit more release, but we would still have been talking about a really nice simple putt for par and a great opportunity to make it. Had I got a little bit more cute with that kind of shot, with not enough acceleration or commitment, we could have been looking at that same chip shot again, where it just trickled onto the fringe and we've got a difficult second chip shot or putt from the fringe where the green's still running away from us. Let's see if I can knock it in with my wedge. Don't putt with your wedge. Don't be lazy, go and get your putter. So let's look at a different scenario then, where if I'd have missed this same green to the left-hand side, but we're coming up the green with a little more room. Let's show you what I mean. Okay, so the previous shot I just hit, you'll have seen, was just to the right of that mound there, where the green was running away from us, and somehow I hit a really, really good chip shot. Still didn't make par, but let's have a look at a slightly different scenario again. So we could play this with plenty of loft, but what you'll see is we've got less mound to come across here. It's a little bit flatter and then a bit more uphill towards the flag. Sorry, you can see him in the shadow there. Okay, so let's stand in behind the golf ball then. So we've got a very good lie again and a little bit uphill up towards the flag. So we could start to use plenty of loft, and I wouldn't discourage that. But for the chippers that aren't all that confident with lots of loft, what I would encourage you to do is, because this is relatively flat ground and true surface, why not hit a 9-iron? I'm going to talk you through this shot now and play it and see how we get on. Okay guys, so now we're getting ready to hit the shot. We're assessing the lie. We've got our 9-iron in our hands. So the reason I talk to people about this shot quite a lot is for the not so confident chippers when you've got loft in your hands. So for a confident chipper, you would be tossing up this shot between playing it with loft or indeed playing it with a 9-iron. For a confident chipper, I would be making this decision based on how the golf ball is lying down on the surface. For a good lie, I would start to think about using loft. But for the not so confident chipper, or if the lie isn't ideal, start to use your 9-iron. This is going to be played like a putt ultimately, get that ball rolling forwards and ultimately using friction to slow that golf ball down. Let's set up in behind and see how we go. So we're working up the hill. All I'd like to do here is take my putting posture. The only difference is we're going to bring those hands nice and high, stop that heel digging in, and we're just going to get that golf ball releasing up towards the flag. Let's see how we get on. So hands nice and high. We're just going to rock the shoulders, get that ball bumbling forward towards the hole. We're taking the disaster out of play. See how simple that shot can be? I'd consider using it. So we're up by the result of that chip shot. Really, really pleased with the result. Now we're taking the disaster out of play there, so it's all about assessing the lie and how confident you are with using loft around the green. If you're not so confident or the lie isn't good, why not turn your 9-iron into a putter and use friction to slow the ball down rather than lobbing the ball up in the air every time. Some food for thought for you there guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Smash a like if you did, and hopefully we'll see you all very, very soon.